In a world where the essence of reality pulsed like a constant heartbeat, a young seeker named Kael wandered in search of truth. Kael often sat by the river that ran through his village, mesmerized by the gentle flow, as it seemed to hold secrets he could not yet grasp. One day, as he gazed into the water, he heard a voice, deep and resonant, like the echoes of a distant drum. Tick, tock, the voice whispered. Startled, Kael looked around, but no one was there. Yet the voice continued, as if carried on the wind itself. Tick, tock, it is the hour. It is the year. It is the cycle. Kael closed his eyes, listening. A presence seemed to form beside him, an ancient figure, cloaked in shimmering light, whose very being radiated wisdom. This was Solis, the guardian of rhythm, keeper of the flow of time. "Who are you?" Kael asked, feeling a mixture of awe and curiosity. "I am Solis," the figure replied, "the pulse that flows through all things, the rhythm of the universe." Kael frowned, unsure. "Rhythm? Like music?" Solis smiled. "In a way, but rhythm is more than music. It is the essence of time itself. It is the heartbeat of creation, the pattern by which everything exists and flows. Do you understand what time truly is?" Kael shook his head. "I thought time was just the ticking of a clock, the passing of days and nights." Solis chuckled softly, the sound like the rustling of leaves in the wind. "Time is much more. Time is born from rhythm, the pulse of vibration that governs the entire cosmos. Without rhythm, there would be no time, no flow. Everything vibrates, and it is this vibration that creates rhythm, which you experience as time." Kael looked back at the river, seeing it differently now. "So, time is like the flow of the river." "Exactly," Solis said, nodding. "The river flows through the landscape, always the same river, yet never the same water. Each drop follows its own path, but the river remains. Rhythm is like that, the constant flow of vibration that moves through everything. It may repeat, but it is never the same." Kael pondered this for a moment. "But why does everything feel like it's repeating? Like I'm living the same moments over and over again?" From the shadows of a nearby tree, another figure emerged, Lira, the spirit of reflection. Her presence was gentle yet firm, like the stillness before a storm. "It is not the world that repeats," Lira said softly. "It is you. You follow the same rhythm because you have not yet chosen to change it." Kael turned to Lira, confusion creasing his brow. "What do you mean?" "We all follow rhythms in life," Lira explained. "Cycles of thought, behavior, and emotion. These rhythms shape our experiences. But when you feel like you're reliving the same patterns, meeting the same people, facing the same challenges, it is because you are flowing along the same current. You have the power to choose a new rhythm." Kael's heart raced. "But how? How do I break free from the same river?" Solis stepped forward, his voice like the steady beat of a drum. "By changing the pace. Slow down if your life moves too fast. Speed up if you feel stuck in place. Rhythm can be altered, just as the tempo of a song can change. All you must do is listen to the pulse that guides you, the one deep within your chest. Follow your heart's rhythm, for it is the key to finding your true path." Kael placed a hand over his chest, feeling the steady thrum of his heartbeat. "My heart," he whispered. "You mean, my heart knows the right rhythm for my life?" Lira nodded. "Yes. Your heart is the pulse that aligns you with the rhythm of the universe. When you follow it, you will find new rivers, new streams, and new paths that lead you to places you've never seen before." The river before him seemed to shimmer, its current more vibrant, more alive. Kael realized that it wasn't the river that had changed, it was his perspective. He had been flowing along its currents without questioning where it led, but now he saw that he had the power to navigate it. But will I ever be free of these cycles? Kael asked, doubt still lingering. Solis smiled, his light glowing brighter. You will never escape rhythm, for it is the law of all things. But you can learn to dance with it, to flow with new beats and new melodies. Life is not about escaping the rhythm. It is about discovering how to create your own within it. Kael nodded, feeling a new resolve growing within him. He turned toward the river once more, but this time he understood. He would not simply be carried by its currents. He would paddle, steer, and explore new shores. Thank you, Kael whispered to Solis and Lira. I think I understand now. I am rhythm. I am time. Solis and Lira nodded in unison, their forms fading into the shimmering light of the sunset. As Kael stood by the river's edge, the ticking of his heart echoed in his ears, not as a reminder of time slipping away, but as a call to embrace the flow of life. He smiled and whispered to himself, tick, tock, let the rhythm guide me. And with that, he set off, ready to find his own rhythm in the vast, ever-flowing river of existence.